name is Rivashni and today I will be presenting on my task 3 for TSLB3563. Alright, so this is my activity title, which is My Day as a Superhero, and the time allocation is 60 minutes, which is for 1 hour, and I'm focusing for year 3. And the task is basically where students will write a short narrative, which is about 3 to 5 sentences, detailing a day in their life of a fictional hero, and also use Canva to translate their story into 3 slides digital presentation with accompanying visuals. So the learning objectives, there are 3. The first one is students will practice using descriptive adjective and simple past tense in condensed, clear sentences. Second part would be students will rapidly generate original character and also plot ideas. And thirdly, student will use Canva's basic features to produce a visual appealing and a well-organized presentation at the end of the lesson. Okay, so for the materials for this activity would be projector, notebook, pencils, visual board bag, Canva, Padlet, and as well as a graphic organizer. So these are the sample of what I will be providing. This is the visual word bank. So there's basically an adjective for description. So I've already stated varieties of adjectives to scaffold the students, and also verbs for action. So for example, by using all these, they can come up with a simple sentence such as Captain Sky flew over the icy city, or maybe the brave hero stopped the massive robot. So they can come up with such sentences using the given adjectives and also the verbs. And this is also the graphic organizer that I will be providing to the student, where there's introduction. The main idea would be who's the hero, which is they have to describe the character and also the appearance of the hero. And then the second portion will be the main event, which is the conflict of the story. So they have to share the problems that could have caused. And then at the last part, there's resolution and also ending, where they have to explain how did the hero solve it to give solution. Okay, so for the next part is the step-by-step implementation. So firstly, there will be a warm-up activity where I would begin the lesson by playing a short video on verbs to activate students' prior knowledge and help them to recall action words. And then secondly, students would watch the video and pay attention to the different verbs shown. And after the video, I would be asking the students a few quick questions to just check their understanding and also to get students to name some of the words that they noticed from the video. So here I've provided the YouTube link for the video as well. Then secondly, we are moving on to set induction, which is this part is brainstorming and focus draft, whereby I would begin by modeling a clear 3-part story, showing how to form a beginning of the story, the middle, and the end as well. So students then will start writing their own 3-sentence draft, placing each sentence on a separate slide to keep the story well organized. And then they will focus on introducing a hero and then describing one main event to keep the story simple and structured as well. And all planning is done quickly in their notebook, which will be provided as well. So the task stays fast, focused, and also easy to manage. So moving on to the activity, which is the main portion of this whole thing, which is digital creation, where students will open Canva and immediately choose the blank presentation to save time by skipping the template selection process. And then they can also create 3 slides labeled clearly as introduction, the main event, which is the action part, and also the resolution to match the simple 3-part story structure. And the students will insert their own 3-sentence stories, placing 1 sentence on each slide to keep the sequence clear and well organized. And then they can use Canva's image search to quickly add on meaningful visual per each slides to support and enhance their storytelling. So for the closure part, which is rapid sharing and peer feedback, so students will upload a shared link or a simple screenshot of their completed presentation to the class Padlet, which will be provided, so everyone can access the work easily. And each student then open and use one classmate's presentation to encourage peer interaction and also sharing. So then they can leave one positive comment focusing specifically on the most creative visual or the most interesting descriptive that they find to promote supportive feedback. So my explanation of the design choice that I made is that the first one is the activity is rational and it's valid. Why? Because the chosen activity, My Day as a Superhero, which is the 3-slide challenge, is deliberately designed to make creative writing more accessible, motivating and highly focused for specifically Year 3 TSL learners within a 60-minute time frame. So the first one is theme for originality. So the superhero theme guarantees high originality and strong relevance because it can immediately taps into the students' imagination. And it also requires zero cultural background knowledge, and it can provide an open field for unique character creation, moving students away from just common and predictable school writing prompts. And the second part is the 3-slide constraints. So this one can limit the final output to a 3-slide presentation, which is introduction, conflict, and as well as the resolution, which forces the students to practice concise writing and clear narrative structure. So this structure is essential for Year 3 ESL learners who often struggle with organizing longer narratives, and it can also ensure the final presentation is well organized and focused on the specific content. And the 3-sentence draft. So for this part, the initial quick draft of only 3 key sentences is a strategic design choice. Why so? Because it can shift the focus from quantity to quality, requiring students to prioritize the use of high impact, descriptive adjective and also correct simple past tense verbs. So directly this can target their linguistic objectives as well. The second part would be the pedagogical relevance. So the activity is strongly grounded as in ESL pedagogy and incorporates learner-centered strategy essential for second language acquisition as well. So the process writing adaptation, so in this, the activity follows a condensed process writing approach, which is planning, drafting, revising via the digital creation, also sharing the presentation at the end. So there's a widely reorganized, so these can be a best practice because this can scaffold the writing task as well. And then there's also a learner-centered scaffolding where there's visual support, but the core principle is visual scaffolding. For ESL learners, generating the ideas is easier when they can visualize them. So by moving from text drafting to image searching in Canva, so through this, students use visual to refine and confirm their story ideas. So this can also somehow reduce their anxiety by making the task of language production less intimidating. And there's also multi-modal learning, where the activity is multi-modal, engaging for visual learners because they're using Canva design. And there's also suitable for kinesthetic learners who is active in creation. So this can provide opportunity for a brief oral summary during the sharing step, catering to different learning preferences. So this also aligns with the curriculum goals, where the focus on narrative sequence, descriptive language and the application of newly learned vocabulary directly supports to the Year 3 language arts and curriculum objectives. So moving on to the expected learning outcomes. So the activity is specifically designed to achieve the highest level of performance across these specified criteria. So the first one is students will successfully create an highly original and engaging 3-slide digital presentation that clearly communicates their imaginative narrative. And then students will demonstrate excellent presentation skills evidenced by the clean layout, appropriate use of visual, and also clear text hierarchy, showcasing high-level digital literacy in designing with the principles. Second, the third part would be students will show excellent use of digital tools from the Canva and also the Padlet for their sharing part to enhance their creativity and also the engagement skill, effectively focusing on the written language skills with digital communication skill as well. And then students will also successfully use descriptive adjective and basic narrative structure to write concise, meaningful sentence in simple past tense form. So moving on to the next part, which is how digital media can enhance creativity. So the strategic integration of Canva moves the activity beyond mere substitution of paper for screen, as it is fundamentally able to enhance the creative writing experience for ESL learners. So there are three digital tool benefits. The first one is visual text association. So students will actively search for images that match their text. This process can reinforce the meaning of their vocabulary and provide immediate context for their abstract concept, and also a critical benefit for L2 learners. And then there's also a low friction creation, where this can maximize creation flow, whereby Canva's intuitive interface means the 30 minutes are spent on creative decision, where they can choose their design, the color, and also explore their imagery rather than just overcoming technical obstacles. So this can maximize the time spent on purposeful language use. And then the third one is presentation quality. So this can allow students to produce a visual appeal, a professional looking presentation that fosters pride in their work and also can demonstrate excellent organization and visual design as well. So that's all from me. Thank you.